So, where do we went? Where? Anyways, Ben wasn't in the room yet. They were gonna bring him in. Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel. Thank you guys so much for watching my last video. It meant so much to me. I was literally so nervous to post it. I was nervous in the video, like I was clapping so much. Before I started this clip, I started the video clapping. I'm gonna insert the clip as a blooper. But I started the video clapping and I'm like, oh my gosh, I could not do this time. And my daughter's awake again. So anyway, so for today's video, I wanted to do a story time. I asked on my Instagram if you guys wanted my next video to be my labor and delivery or a morning routine as a mama. But labor and delivery won. So okay, so let's start when I was like 36 weeks pregnant. I remember it was like a Monday. I turned a week every Monday. So first of all, let me just tell you guys that I had a feeling deep down, and also I felt it, that my daughter was breached. Okay, so that's important. That's a very important thing of this story. So she was breached. I felt her breached. The doctors hadn't told me anything yet, nothing. She was breached because we would feel her head right there and I wouldn't feel no pressure or anything down here. And supposedly that when the baby's head is down, you're supposed to feel pressure and you're supposed to feel it. So for some reason, like I didn't feel it. Like I felt her head up here and her moving a lot, whatever. So by that time, supposedly that your baby is supposed to be head down already, but she wasn't. So whatever, my appointment comes on a Monday. I was 36 weeks. I go to my appointment, everything was good, whatever. The doctor didn't even check me, nothing. I asked her, I was like, hey doctor, do you think my baby is breached? Because I feel like she is. Do you mind checking? She was already leaving, like out the door, and I was like, you know what, let me just ask because I want to make sure my baby is in position. So she's like, okay, we'll check. She got the little ultrasound thingy, and then she put it on my belly and she's like, oh wait, you might be right, your baby is breached. At that moment, I already knew what she was going to say, what was going to happen, everything. I already knew. And that was my worst fear. No woman wants to go through a C-section. No woman wants to go through a C-section. Every woman just wants to give birth natural. So once she told me that, I was like, no way. Like I knew it, but at the same time my heart dropped because I was like, I don't want a C-section. But honestly, at that point I was like, whatever's safe for me and the baby, I'll do whatever. So she was like, okay, we're going to have to schedule you for a C-section. And I was like, okay, I mean, I have no choice, my baby's breached. And then after that, she scheduled me for a Tuesday. I remember my husband was off Tuesday, the Tuesday that she scheduled me for, oh my gosh, the Tuesday that she scheduled me for, and the rest of the days he was off. So it was like the perfect time to, I already needed to get water because I'm already out of breath and I'm not even halfway done. Okay, so whatever, she scheduled me for a C-section. I had to get COVID tested before, so I took that week or that weekend to prepare, to get the baby's bag ready, to get COVID tested, all that. So then whatever, I got over the fact that I was getting a C-section because all I wanted was me and the baby to just come out healthy. So we're getting ready or whatever for the C-section. Tuesday comes, we got up at 5 and stuff because we just wanted to, you know, get things ready, prepare, pray and all of that. So we get to the hospital and were getting me ready, you know, for a C-section. I was over here thinking I'm going to give birth at, well, I'm gonna have a baby at 9 or 10. I'm gonna meet the baby, whatever. I was nervous, of course. I was nervous, of course, because who wouldn't be nervous for a C-section? A C-section is a major surgery. So I was like super nervous. So this is where it gets insane. So a doctor comes in to do an ultrasound to make sure the baby's good or whatever, while they're asking me questions and getting me ready to take me to the OR, which is the surgery room. So the operation room. So the doctor comes, she does the ultrasound, and she's checking the baby, and she's like, it looks like your baby's doing good, but I got some good news. I was like, what? She said, so she's like, I think your baby is good, in a good position to do a ECV, a external cephalic version. If you guys don't know what that is, it's a procedure that they do to you when the baby is breached, which means they put you under anesthesia, they put an epidural, and they turn the baby head down with their bare hands, right? So I was like, no way. So I'm pregnant, obviously, and my emotions are all over the place already. So once she told me that, I started crying, because I'm like, okay, I don't know what to do. Like, I came in here thinking I was gonna get a C-section. Now I don't know what to do. I mean, the best thing to do is to try it. I mean, she told me that it's usually a 50-50% chance that it works, and sometimes the water could break right there while they're trying to do it, and right away they have to cut you open and do a C-section right there, because they do the procedure in the OR. So I was like, I don't know. Like, I was telling my husband, like, I don't know, should I do it? And all he wanted was like a healthy baby, but also he wanted me to have the baby normal, you know. And if I had the chance to do that, he was like, go for it, you know. My husband's a nurse, by the way, so he knows about all of this. So whatever, I call my mom. My mom was the first one I called, and I told her, like, should I do it? Like, I don't know what to do. My mom was like, do it. You are not going to regret it. Do it. So at the moment, I'm like, I was hesitant, because I'm like, I don't know, I want to meet my baby right now. And plus I was like emotional and all that, but I know that if I wouldn't have done it, the procedure, I would have like regretted it now. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like thankful that I did it. So my mom was like, do it. So I have a group chat with my sisters. I was telling my sisters, like, I'm gonna do it and we'll see how it goes, whatever. So they gave me this, I forgot what the medication is called. Oh my gosh, I forgot. But they gave me something. I don't know what it was for. Oh my gosh, mom brain. But so whatever, they take me to the OR. They get me ready for the OR. I tell the doctor, first of all, let me backtrack a little. I tell the doctor, I'm like, it took me a good 30 minutes to actually say and come up with a decision to actually say, yes, I'm gonna do it. The doctor, I tell the doctor, she came in the room, and then before that she told me, she's like, it's up to you. If you want to get a C-section, it's up to you, but if you want to try the procedure, let's do it. So I tell the doctor, I'm like, okay, I'm gonna do it. So they get me ready to go to the OR. They take me to the OR. They put the epidural in there. Breastfeeding makes you so hungry all the time and so thirsty all the time. That's me on a regular though, so I'm not surprised. Anyway, so whatever, they take me to the OR. They did the epidural, and they usually leave it in there, plugged in there on in my back, and they put a catheter which is a catheter is where they put a little tube up your private part because you don't feel from anything from here down. So obviously you have to urinate, you won't feel it, so that would go right into the tube. They put that. So then the doctor comes in. There was like a total of like 7 to 8 people in that room, like working on me and putting IVs and all that. So then they put it's like a C-section. If you've gotten a if you've gotten a C-section before, they put like this little hole with something to cover where you can't see. So they put that. I could sense my daughter about to cry, and she just started crying. Okay, so my husband wasn't in the room. They brought him in after they did the epidural. So then they haven't even started yet, and I was already feeling so nauseous. I felt like I was about to pass out, and I was like, I told them, they laid me down all the way back, and I was like, I feel so nauseous right now. And they're like, and we haven't even started yet. It was definitely the epidural. So my blood pressure went down to the 50s and 40s. Like, and exactly when my husband had came in, he saw my blood pressure. He's a nurse again. So he didn't even make no facial expressions or anything because he didn't want to scare me or whatever. But my blood pressure was so bad, like I could have nearly passed out right then and there. So then they put medication into my IV, so for nausea. So that helped me a lot. So then I was like, can you guys give me a bag because I have to throw up. Like, I felt so bad. I literally felt like I was going to pass out, like no joke. And they gave me a bag, and right away I threw up so much, and I hadn't even eaten anything because they told me I couldn't eat for a surgery. So then after I threw up, they were like, okay, we're going to get started. Okay, I was so scared because again, she had told me that it's a 50-50 chance that it actually works, and sometimes your water could break and they have to cut you open right there. Like, anything can happen in a situation like that. So I was so scared. And then they started, and I felt the pressure. Like, I felt so much pressure. And I felt them turn her, and she turned. She actually turned head down. I was so happy. Like, it took them 5 minutes, literally. And then all I hear is the doctor say, oh my gosh, her head is down, we did it. And then they were all like happy and was like, oh my gosh, yes, I'm so glad we did it. And they put my daughter's head down. Like, I was so happy, so happy, because we went in the hospital thinking we were going to get a C-section, and I was so happy when they brought up that procedure and they did it, and her head, and they actually turned her. She actually flipped, and I was like, oh my gosh, like, I was so emotional. I started crying. I was like, she actually flipped. Like, so then they put like kind of like a waist trainer, not literally a waist trainer, but it's to keep her head down, because sometimes they can do that procedure but they would turn right back up, and then if she would have turned right back up, then that's it, a C-section for sure. So they put that on, and then we went to the delivery room. They took us to the delivery room, and then it was time to induce me to then go ahead and have my baby. But they ended up inducing me like around 1:30 in the afternoon, and then I ended up having her at 1:30 in the morning, so the next day. So that was a Tuesday that I got the procedure done and induced, and then I gave birth a Wednesday, November 25th, 2020. So I remember my sisters, we have a chat with my sisters and my mom. Oh my gosh, my sisters and my mom were up till the baby was born. They would not go to sleep until they heard us saying that the baby was born. Like, and because of the procedure, I still had the epidural back there, so I didn't feel no contractions. I probably felt contractions like once or twice, but 1 out of 10 it felt like a 4. Like, I didn't feel no contractions at all the whole time I was like in labor and they induced me and everything. No contractions, nothing, because I had a little button there that whenever I pressed it, the epidural would come down and run down my back. I would feel it like cold and in there, and so I didn't feel no pain whatsoever. My husband, in the middle of all that, of me pushing, he put that song. Obviously you guys know the song Push It, push it, push it real good. So he put that song while I was in labor, and I was like, oh my gosh. But all the doctors and nurses were like, damn, we need you in our room next door to help that girl push too. But yes, I definitely had the best experience ever. I pushed for 20 minutes. After I pushed, my daughter was out. I was like, I did it. I was so proud of myself. Us women are amazing. During the time that I was pushing, the vibes were amazing in that room. The nurses made it super like relaxed, calm, everything. The lights were off. So yeah, that's literally my labor and delivery story. We went in the hospital thinking we were going to get a C-section and ended up getting a ECV, an external cephalic version. I always forget the name. But yeah, I literally was so happy, and I am so happy to this day. I'm so glad I didn't say no to that option, and I just went with it. I just said I'll try, and I was able to have my daughter normally, and I'm so grateful. If any of you women have the option, if your baby is breached and you have the option to do that procedure, do it. Like I always say, us women are amazing, amazing. Like, we should be appreciated more, okay? We definitely should. Anyways, thank you guys so much for watching. Let me know what you guys want my next video to be. This was my story time of my labor and delivery. Thank you guys so much. Make sure you subscribe, like, share.